Hi everyone, welcome to another pick a card reading. This reading is going to be what do you need to hear in regards to your career. So whether or not you have a clear career path or you're on path or maybe you're not on any particular path right now, this is going to be what you need to hear in regards to whatever situation you're in. And we are going to trust that whatever message is channeled is for the highest good of the greater good. Always setting that intention. And if the message you chose happens to not resonate, that's totally cool. It just means it's not for you or it's not for you yet. So feel free to choose another pile, or you can watch another reading or watch a different reader. Listen to yourself. Trust that you ultimately know the messages that are coming. And again, if something doesn't resonate, then it's simply not for you. Totally cool. Okay, so today we have 4 piles. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. You can check out this timestamps below. And I'll see you at your reading. Thank you. Hello to those who have chosen the first pile, the first group. Welcome. Today we're going to look at what do you need to hear in regards to your career. So again, whether or not you know what career path you want, maybe you're here because you aren't sure what your career path is. Regardless, we're going to trust that whatever message comes out is for your highest good and for the highest good of the greater good. Okay? So we're going to start out we're not going to start with this. This is going to be the final card from the Animal Oracle Spirit. It will give us some final advice at the end of the reading. But for now, we're going to start with the High Priest. Oops, excuse me. The High Priestess Oracle deck here. Pull out 3 cards, please. For those who chose Group 1. Group 1. What do they need to hear in regards to the career? Oh. Thank you. One more, please. What do we need to hear in regards to the career? Oh, thank you. Oh, that one flew. Oh, there's quite a bit. Okay. I'm going to not take these. Okay, so we have... First card is... I'm not taking reversals for this deck. This deck doesn't do reversals anyway. The first card is Duality. Sorry, it's windy. I'm not sorry about that, but it's windy, so apologies about the sound, but hopefully you can still hear me. The first card is Duality. It says many meanings, misunderstanding. The second card is Sacred Gratitude, Reverent Appreciation, Prayer. And the last card we have is Friendship, Support, Fun, Unity, and Play. Okay. So this card is representing the past in terms of your career. So that can be past can go as far as childhood, prenatal, so pretty much the recent past, so like 5 minutes ago and before that. That's what we mean by the past. So we have duality, many meanings, misunderstanding, and it represents, and number 36, it's represented by the number 36, which reduces down to number 9. So I'm guessing, I'm feeling that in your past, in terms of your career, you may have had many options, because of this, it could have brought some sort of confusion. Perhaps this is the group in which you weren't sure. This could still possibly be your current energy now, but especially in your past, in regards to your career, you may have had many options, many things to consider, and that led to you some confusion. It led to some confusion and perhaps not as much progression. Maybe you got close to towards down a particular path. However, it didn't quite make it. I'm seeing with the number 9. It's like you're almost there. However, there still needs to be some clarity. There still needs to be some clarity in your path. So that was the path. That was the past. This is your past energy. And with this card, second card, is representing your present energies, your current energies, and it seems it says sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. So it looks like you currently are in a place where you have perhaps explored all, or maybe not all, but a lot of different paths, and realizing that there isn't really, a right. There's no one purpose for people. There's no one purpose. There's many infinite purposes and meanings in our lives, and it changes moment by moment. And what you need to hear right now is just that you don't. Yes, there's many possibilities, and that's a great thing. And instead of letting that be a confusing factor, let that be, be grateful for that. It's awesome to have many options and choices. Even if you're in a situation where it feels like you don't feel like you have a choice, there is always a choice. There is always another side to things. That's with the duality here. And with the gratitude coming out as the present energies, I'm feeling as if it's like learning to appreciate whatever situation you're in right now. So even if it feels like you don't have a choice, or maybe it's the opposite, you feel like you have too many choices, either way, like trying to see either situation you're in, try to see the lighter side of it, rather than seeing it as rather than seeing the shadow side, like, oh, I have too many options, it's overwhelming, I'm confused, I wish there was some guidance, which is why you're here, right? Or if you're on the other side where it feels like you don't have a lot of choices or any options, or you feel stuck in whatever situation you're in, there is also beauty in that too. There is a light in that as well. There's a thing called paradox of choice, where if you have too many options and you choose something, from the studies, you end up being less satisfied with your choice, because in the back of your head you're thinking, oh, what if I chose that? So even if you're in a situation where you don't have many choices, or it seems like you don't have choice at all, there's a good thing about that, because you're doing the best you can given what you've got. And it can be hard to hear that sometimes, but that's what's coming out with this. So appreciate, gratitude in your situation. Perhaps this is where you are now, which is why it's in the present position, or you're going to be there very soon. Okay, and this is represented by the number 50, which reduces down to 5, which is all about change and moving forward, change mostly. So again, perhaps what you need to hear right now in regards to your career is sort of like making any necessary change in order for you to feel some sense of contentment and gratitude in your situation. So whether that means an actual change in your job, like changing your job, or changing your role, or asking for a different role, or getting a better different compensation, or changing the way you perceive your current situation. So that's what I'm getting with this card. That's what you need to hear right now, is sort of inviting something different, whether it's your mentality, whether it's advocating for something different in your role. Make a change somehow. And the third card is our future energy. So that could be future is within the next second into infinite future, So we have friendship, support, fun, unity, and play. So perhaps this is tying into the last card we had. I'm seeing this sort of like a potential outcome. Future card. The future card always represents a potential future outcome. It's not, definite. We have free will always. Just always remember that. This is just a potential, and the reason why this is coming out, what you need to hear right now, is probably that I'm feeling that you're not alone in your situation. So it can help to talk about your situation, and then that'll help you clarify perhaps what changes, what mental state you should be in. So maybe friendship is coming up, and we have 14, which reduces down to 5 again. So it seems like what you need to hear right now in regards to your career is to invite more lightness instead of the past energy where there may have been some sort of like confusion and uncertainty of what you're doing, where you're going, why you're doing something. Try to just enjoy where you are right now. Have fun, become friends with, it doesn't have to necessarily be with your coworkers. It could be friends with your work, your materials, with your surroundings. Play is sticking out here. Fun and play is sticking out to me here. So I'm feeling, bring some sort of, invite some joy back in. And sometimes that's easy. I'm saying it's easy, but sometimes it's not. It doesn't seem easy, but it can be easy to just change the way you're looking at what you already have, what you're doing. Everything already exists within. Where there's boredom, there's fun. That's where the duality is. Where there's hard work, there's ease. Where there's light, there's dark. There's always, in order to have one side of a coin, you need to have the other side in order to have the full coin. So with the friendship and with fun and play coming out here, work, it's not always, it's easy to look at work as like work, something that's just like serious and it needs to be done, especially if you're for most of us, if you're working to support yourself, to support your livelihood, you should take it seriously. It's a responsibility. You should take your responsibility seriously. But like what I was saying before, at the same time, there's still the potential of fun in that. Even though it is serious and you should take it serious, like I said, on the other side of that same coin, the coin being your career, your work, there's fun and play and support, and I'm getting friendship. I think this is also coming out because perhaps maybe the work you do is more independent. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you have your own business, maybe you're like a manager or someone higher up, you're a leader of some sort. Or maybe just like the work you do doesn't require a lot of, team effort. Like maybe you do work in a team, but as far as your particular work, you're by yourself. And I think this is coming out to say, like, again, the duality of it. There's another side, like try to balance out independence with fun, community. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out and get some tarot cards. Just to clarify further and see what other messages come out. What does group 1 need to hear? Clarify duality. Why is duality here? Clarify duality, please. Oh. Please clarify duality. Clarify duality. Oh. too many, please. Just one. Oh, thank you. That was fast. Yes, so the Lovers coming out. It's perfect to clarify duality here. So let's see. So you can see, even in the Lovers card, there is like a duality aspect here. There's like choices. Again, going back to the original message we had about having too many choices and maybe feeling overwhelmed, or vice versa, maybe not having many choices. But I think what you need to hear right now, if you're in the situation where you feel like, or you think and you perceive that you don't have a choice or many options, this is coming out to show that that perception in itself is a choice. You always have a choice in your situation, and even if you don't have a choice in like the physical situation, you have a choice in your mind. You have a choice in the way that you respond and react to things. So that's what this is coming out. The Lovers as well. It does represent the energy of choice, choosing. Air energy. Again, yeah, air energy. Gemini, Mercurial energy. How are you perceiving your situation right now? Okay. And then one card to clarify gratitude, sacred gratitude, please. One card, please. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna take the one that flew across. The Empress. Yes, this is perfect to clarify gratitude. Empress, earth energy, Taurus. Some people even say Libra for Venus, Venusian energy. So it just goes back to remembering what you have. You have a lot. You are abundant. Again, tying back to the message about having options and choices, and like you always have a choice. You always have something to fall back on, even if you have nothing. Even if you lose. Okay, this is getting pretty grim, but like if you lose your home and you lose, things that you care about, you ultimately still have your life. And I feel like I have to talk softer now. I know it can be hard to hear sometimes, but we have so much to be grateful about. Just the fact that you're watching this video shows that you have internet, first of all. You have some device in which you can watch this video. You have the time to watch tarot and this in YouTube. Like, that is an absolute privilege. And so just reminding yourself that you have a lot, not only to live, but to offer and to give. Like, you don't have, like, you have so much more. Like, you can do more than survive. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. So remembering that. You're the freaking Empress, whether you're male, female, whichever gender you identify with, you embody this energy. This is the present energy too. You are this. You have this. So, I am getting a feeling that there are some of you in this group who know this already, and you're like, yep, hell yeah, that's me. That's me. And then there's also the ones that are like, what? No. So this could also, either this is you now or it will be you very soon. And it's taking, like, I'm not even saying like hearing this message will trigger, this mental shift, but usually it takes time after hearing a message and hearing it over and over. That's why in order for it to really sink in and for us to really start to believe and condition to that affirmation. So that's why the practice of doing affirmations daily is really, really good, a really good practice and beneficial, especially if you do it consistently over time. So if you're in this energy now and you know it, great. Keep going, keep affirming yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, say, I'm abundant, I've got all of this stuff, thank you. Express your gratitude. I am this Empress. I embody abundance, and so much more will come to me if I, like, the more I give, the more I will receive, and vice versa. Write down these affirmations. You can even look online. There's plenty of videos on YouTube where you can listen to affirmations or subliminals. Okay, beautiful. And then one more for the friendship card. Oh, thank you. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm just taking one. We got the devil. Excuse me. Thank you, Spirit. So we've got the devil in reverse. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So it's tying with the friendship card. It's kind of like what I was talking about before, how I'm getting with this devil card like a sort of like heavy, serious energy from it. It represents Capricorn, earth, and more earth energy. And it's more like it's 10th house energy, more like serious career focus. So going back to the original message about like, you know, work and career, it's a big responsibility. And that's good. We should look at it that way. However, there's the other side of that coin, the duality of it, is that there's also potential for play and for fun. And sometimes when you invite more of the lighthearted energy, it can make your work and your career expand even more, and you can find progress even more so. It sounds like counterintuitive, like, oh, if I play around, I'm gonna end up, you know, being more successful or find more success. But sometimes, more often than not, that's usually what happens. You know, when you let go of certain attachments and certain mindsets, you end up, you know, you open up more space and more room and more possibilities, for other possibilities. So I believe that's what the devil in reverse is showing up here, to remind us of the duality of everything. So yeah, that's awesome. And then finally, let's go look at the animal oracle spirit cards. So tell us some final messages, any last advice that you need to hear in regards to your career today. Okay. And we have honeybee, divine feminine, you're being called on to rise. Yes, 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 yes. Divine feminine. So again, I think everything is being rooted back to these middle cards here about just remembering what you have, that you have a lot. Honeybees, you know, normally they're attributed to like hardworking, but I like how on this card it says divine feminine. So being more receptive and open and patient with your career, with the work you're doing, with whatever situation you're in, whether you have a career or not. If you don't have a career right now, it's like, you know, be patient with that. Appreciate where you are and know that the time will come. It'll all make sense. I don't know why that just came out. It'll all make sense eventually. If things aren't clear and there's confusion and you're not sure where you're going, it'll become clear soon enough. And if you are sure about where you are, you know, that gives you more opportunity to try something different, add more play to it. You know, you can always find improvements, and it's not to say improving is good, as long as it's coming from a place of wanting of clarity. It's not from a place of shadow, of insecurity, where you want to improve because you're insecure. You want to improve because it's good to improve and progress. And, you know, let go of your attachments. And going back to here, let go of attachments so that you can become more open to what else there could be in regards to your career. So if you're in a career and you're pretty stable and it's good, and you're here because you want to know like what else there could be, maybe your message here is to see if you can find a way to make it more fulfilling, whether that's adding more playfulness, becoming friends with somebody, or collaborating with people, or sharing your work with the world. I believe that's what you were here to hear. Alright, group one, great reading. Thank you so much for being here. If that message resonated, awesome. Please let me know. If it didn't resonate, also awesome. That's okay. It just means the message wasn't for you or it's not for you yet. Just feel free to check out another pile or another reading or another reader or, work on, I don't know. Regardless, thank you for being here. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be... Hello all who have chosen the second choice, group 2, welcome. I'm not sorry that it's windy, okay? That's nature. Wind is great. It's awesome energy. But with that said, it may affect the sound quality, so for that, I apologize. I think you should still be able to hear me, but again, just bringing that up. Alright, so we're going to be looking at what do you need to hear right now in regards to your career. So again, whether you are in a stable career right now or you're still figuring out or you have no idea at all, this is going to be your message as of right now. So this is going to be our final card, which we will look at the end of the reading. It'll give us final advice, any last words or messages that want to come out for you for your career. All right. But first, we're going to start with some High Priestess Oracle cards. Okay. What does group 2 need to hear at this moment? What does group 2 need to hear? Oops, a lot of things. This pile, when I was shuffling the first oracle card, it came out immediately. So I have a feeling this is gonna be a part of that. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, thank you. One more, please. Oh, see. Something about this group. I'm looking forward to seeing what messages come out. Okay, one more, please. Just one more. One more, please. Good too. What do we need to hear in regards to the career? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Perfect. And they all fell out upright or facing up, which is interesting. It's like, here I am. Welcome, group 2. These are your messages. Wow. So I feel interesting. I feel like this is potentially a follow-up of the last group. So maybe you watched the first group in the past and then it's a timeless reading, so perhaps you're coming back and you've chose this one at this time. I'm just bringing it up in case that was the case, but for most of you it's not, of course. All right, so we have friendship. Ooh, wind. Support, fun, unity, and play. We have tenderness, true love, compassion. And we have adjustment. Looking back, move forward. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to start with the friendship card. This card is in the past position, and the past can go as recent as 5 minutes ago, 30 seconds ago, all the way to childhood, prenatal. That's what we mean by the past. But I don't think you were thinking about your career in the womb. But anyway, just generally, that's what that is. Okay, so in your past energy, we have friendship, support, fun, unity, and play in your career. So what I'm feeling with this, perhaps in the past, you didn't really take your career seriously. You were kind of like just having fun, going with whatever. Maybe you were working with people you were close with, or you considered working with people you're close with, or you became close to the people you're working with. That's what I'm getting with this card. Support, fun, unity, and play. And you enjoyed, and this could still be present time too, but at least in the past of your career, you enjoyed what you did. You enjoyed the work you did, you enjoyed the people, either or both. And yeah, perhaps a lot of things, there was a lot of movement, a lot of change going on. That's what made it fun too. Maybe that's something that you need to hear, like what that's something that you enjoy, not just in your career maybe, but just in life in general. You enjoy when things are changing and interesting. I'm getting that from the 14, which reduces down to 5, which tends to represent movement and change. So that's the past energy. Present energy, we have tenderness, true love, and compassion. So what I'm getting, what I'm feeling with this card is that currently you're trying to be, or you need to be more patient, more kind to yourself. Perhaps in your past works, in terms of your career, you're very outwardly focused. You're focused on what you can give and offer to a company. Perhaps you were not with you know, most of us, I as well, work hourly rate, so you're kind of like selling your time in a sense. And I know it doesn't sound that great when you say it like that, but that's essentially what hourly wages are, is you're selling your time. So with this coming in the present moment, it seems that you're focusing more on what can this job, what can this role, what can this career give to me? How can I be fulfilled? You know, you're giving more value and care to what matters to you. And you still care about the work you're doing, the people and other people around you, and the company or whatever you're doing. You still care about it. However, you're also giving back to yourself. So you're being compassionate not only to others around you, but also to yourself. This is another message I'm getting, is that perhaps the career you're in, or that you are more inclined towards, if you're not in it already, is a career where it involves being giving and of service to others. And maybe not just people, but other beings like animals or the planet, the earth. And coming from a place that is like more like, that's your purpose. That's what you're more inclined towards. Like, you don't want to just work and sell your time anymore. Like, it's okay to sell your time, but you want to sell your time to a place, an organization, an institution that aligns with a purpose that you have as well. You know, I'm not here to bash hourly wage. Again, I work hourly, so you know, like, you don't really care about the logistical parts, like what exactly you're doing, but you're seeing your career path, the role you're in, wherever you're going to pursue, you want it to have some sort of worldly purpose, giving. And then the last card, the future card, which represents the next second into infinite future, however long. And this is a potential outcome. It's nothing's definite in these readings. We have free will, but this is just a potential. So adjustment, looking back, moving forward. And I'm very drawn to two things here, which is her third eye right here. It's like glowing. Let's see there. And then the owl here. So something about wisdom and intuition I'm feeling from this card. So going back to wanting to pursue a career or be in a position in which it's fulfilling you and giving back to you and or the world and or whatever cause you care about, this card, I'm feeling it sort of like a encouragement. It's like wherever you are in your career, whether you have one or you're about to start, or you're gonna change, or you don't have one at all, you're not sure, this is advising you to keep assessing where you are at. Keep assessing, and trust your intuition. And even if you're not sure, just do something. Do something, and then from doing that thing, you'll either learn that this is what I like, or this is what I don't like. This is not what I like. Either way, there's no right or wrong. There's no wrong path you can take. So just choose a path, take a path, try something, and then you never know. It could work out, and the worst thing is that it won't. And that's not even a bad thing. The worst thing isn't even bad. When things don't work out, it's just a redirection. It's just bringing you that much closer to what is right for you. And so this is kind of moving forward. This is the energy, the approach you can take moving forward. And you can trust that you're going to be guided. You're going to be guided by spirit, by the universe, by God, by whoever you believe in. And yourself, by your higher self. You're always protected in your path. So again, whether you choose it, so I'm also getting because of this, you don't need to be afraid about making choices. Know that your intention to do something, to be giving and fulfilling, is going to be fulfilled. If you have that intention, you are going to be guided towards that. So if something that you end up choosing doesn't work out, that's because it's not in alignment with what you want ultimately in regards to your career. So moving forward, keep, and perhaps you have experience now that you can look back on and be like, oh no, that's not what I want to do. You can totally, write off that experience you had. I mean, not write it off. I mean, you can not go back there. You can say I don't want to work for that. I don't want to do that kind of job. I don't want to, just focusing, so that in knowing what you don't want, don't focus too much on that. But acknowledge what you don't want, acknowledge it, but don't linger on it, and then use that to figure out what you do want. This card is coming out to say figure out what you want. Oh, the wind got stronger after that. Figure out what you want, and if you're not sure what you want, look at what you don't want first. Start with that. It's okay to look at what you don't want, as long as it's the intention of figuring out what you do want. It's okay. I hope I'm not going too round and round, but someone needs to hear that. So trust. You know yourself best. Only you know. You can talk to all the professionals. You can go to all the coaches, counseling, read all the books, do all the research, but ultimately you know what feels right for you. And so every step you take, no matter what situation you're in, just know that that's where you need to be. Okay? And it's okay to go down a path that ultimately you find isn't for you. And it's not to say that it was never for you. Things change. People change careers all the time. People pivot and change their mind. And I said in the last group too that our purpose and our meaning in life are never set. It's changing moment by moment, and there's infinite meanings, infinite purposes that each individual embodies. And again, it changes moment by moment. So like one moment your purpose is to eat so that you can survive. The next moment is to wash your dishes so that you can keep a clean, healthy life. You know, like that's what I mean. Like just, and with this card moving forward, you'll be fine on your career path as long as you keep that like beginner's mind, that learning, what's it called? Not fixed. What's the other one? Open mindset. Oh man, I'm gonna put it right here when I remember it. Flexible? Well, yeah, be flexible. Just be flexible in your path. You know, something that you are envisioning right now and that you want, it might change through having more experiences. Usually we don't know what we want until we try different things and we meet new people and all of that. So great. So I'm gonna pull out tarot for each to clarify. Friendship. One card for friendship, please. Why is friendship here? What do you need to hear? Oh, thank you. I'm not gonna take that. Oops. Your message is just coming out. Take this one. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so I'm getting, so again, this is the past energy. There is some sort of like stability that you had. Maybe it was a career that like you had fun and it was changing, and there's just, and even though it's changing, or it seemed like there was a lot of changes and movement and progression, and maybe there were a lot of energies and people involved, there was still some sort of sense of security in it. Excuse me. And maybe the security came from, you know, knowing the people that you were working with, knowing the work you were doing. And in the traditional tarot, there's a man, he's like holding his pentacles and he's like holding it tight, almost like afraid of losing what he has. And so this is, again, this is the past energy. So perhaps you were in a career, or you were in a situation, maybe it was, you know, not having a career or not having a path. Regardless, you were holding on to that because, you know, we tend to hold on to things that are familiar. We tend to gravitate towards things that are familiar. And again, apply it to your situation, however your situation is. Okay. And then tenderness. One card for tenderness, please. Oh, thank you. We have the Chariot in reverse. So yeah, going back to, I feel like with it being in reverse, it's almost as if this is more of an intention right now, that you want to be in something that is fulfilling. I'm getting a feeling that this group isn't quite in the career that they want, but they're really thinking about, and because of that, you're really thinking about what you do want. And the Chariot coming here in reverse is showing that, like, just setting that intention, just setting the intention of wanting to improve and be better. I was saying this in the last group too. Just setting that intention, you're already making, that's already progress. You're already making your moves and your ways towards that. Something else that came up is the word travel. So perhaps the career that you are more, that you're looking towards, that would fulfill you more, involves some sort of traveling. Whether that's physically traveling to a different place, country, whichever, or even just like mentally, emotionally traveling. Like, I'm getting a feeling with this group, just in general, you do find some sort of stability and enjoyment and security in having like change and variable, okay, change. You just like, maybe you're just, you need a career, you prefer a career where it's different day by day, and it's not always like the same thing. So again, like even though like that's what will bring you stability and security and familiarity. I know it sounds kind of like ironic or like oxymoron of some sorts, but like that's what's coming up here, is that that's what will help you feel fulfilled in your career, regardless of what you're doing, whether it is a desk job, whether it is traveling, whether it is like you like to have variability, whether it's like different people you work with, or you know, again, apply it to your situation, and perhaps that's just, it needs to stay that broad for a reason. And then lastly, let's see, adjustment. Oh my gosh, this group. You know what, I'm gonna take this card because it came out, it flipped over quite a bit. I'm not gonna take these, thank you, but I am gonna pull out one more please. Okay. Okay, two more. This group, you guys are just like, tell me what I need to know now. I feel like this group already knows, and almost like you already know this, and that's why the messages are coming out like so quickly and so assuredly. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, and then these two, Three of Cups, and then Two of Pentacles. So yeah, it's going back to the main energy that these are clarifying. First with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, again, find your balance in your path, in whichever direction you go. You can keep your balance by doing this, by adjusting your weight. You know, when you're balancing, you have to like move your body. If you're balancing on one foot, for example, you need to like move your arms or your upper body so that you're centered, and but then like if say somebody like pokes you and like you start tilting to one side, you need to adjust again. So that's what the Two of Pentacles is reminding here. With the Three of Cups in reverse, it's bringing back this friendship thing. So again, like adjust your situation. Is the work you're doing, is the career path inviting some sort, like maybe you would work best if you collaborate. Again, I think I mentioned that earlier too, like maybe collaborating would be helpful for you, and collaborating in general, and it can look different. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but collaboration, it can look different for everybody. It can be working with a partner, a group, a team. It can be working for a company. It could be working with friends. It could be working with the online community. It could be working with a counselor. Some sort of collaboration. I know it's not necessarily Three of Pentacles, but maybe it's like not even like with work people, but just like with friends, like that's a way for you to figure out like a path as well. Like if you're like focus on your career, but also like have some fun and play in it, and that'll also help you in your career, is by enjoying the process sort of here. And with the Eight of Pentacles is coming up here, I'm getting like, what I'm getting is it's kind of the same message that we had originally. Is like, you know what you're doing. You already know, like even if you don't consciously know that you know. Okay, this is kind of confusing, but like you do know. Like look back at what you've done, and again, going back, like even if something didn't work out, at least you know that that wasn't for you, and you've accomplished a lot. And that's what the looking back, moving forward is to remind you that you have experience, you have wisdom to guide yourself in your situation. And then finally, we have our oracle card from the beginning of the reading, and this will give us some final messages, advice, anything else you need to hear in regards to your career. Advice. Alright, so we have Elephant. Grounding. Ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth. Yes. Okay, so grounding. Again, this is gonna look different for everybody. Oh wait, hold up one moment. Sorry, the camera was gonna cut out, but ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth. So again, this is gonna look different for everybody. Some people, they find stability and security in things that are the same and everyday and routine, and that can be grounding for some people. Some people, they can be more grounded if there is more change. And I feel like with this group, that is you. Like, you feel more grounded in your life, in your situation, if there is some sort of variability, if you're able to keep adjusting and like, yeah, adjusting, like you appreciate that kind of like keeps you agile. I know the word catfish like usually comes up when we're talking about like social media things, like people don't look like what they actually are in life. So you know that thing, that saying, like you've been catfished or whatever. But catfishes, they put catfishes in vats with codfish when they're shipping them from, I think it's East Asia, I don't know exactly, East Asia to I don't know exactly, but when they're shipping codfish, they would put catfish in them in order to keep the codfish agile. Otherwise the codfish would become all like mushy. So they put the catfish in there in order to like chase the codfish and keep the codfish like juicy and lively. So that's what I'm feeling with this group. It's like that'll keep you alive and like going with your career, no matter what your career path is, whether you know it or not. Like keeping like change and like some sort of like excitement, whether it's with the people, whether it's with the work, whether it's you apply it again, that'll keep you grounded. So stay grounded, stay balanced, and in order, your way to do that is through continuously adjusting to your situation. All right, group 2 had a lot to say there. But thank you for listening. If it resonated, I'd like to hear about it. If not, that's okay. Just means the message wasn't for you, or it's not for you yet. Feel free to pick another pile, hear another reading, or choose another reader, or or do something else completely. It's your life. It's your life. But regardless, may you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Thank you. Hello all who've chosen group 3. Welcome. It's windy, if you haven't already noticed. So it may or may not affect the quality of the sound, but I just wanted to bring it up. But yeah, so today this reading is going to be, what do you need to hear in regards to your career? So again, whether or not you have a particular career in mind, or you are already on it, or have no idea, this is just gonna be what you need to hear, and we're gonna trust that, again, that it's for your highest good. So this is going to be oracle card. We're going to look at this last. It will give us some final messages and final advice in regards to your messages. Okay, so we'll put that away for now. Ooh, it's chilly. Oh, it got cold all of a sudden. I didn't feel this cold in the last group, so whew. We're going to start with some High Priestess oracle cards. Okay, so Spirit, what does group 3 need to hear in regards to this career? Oh, thank you. That was fast. I wanted exactly 3, so thank you, Spirit, for that. So first card, we have touching earth, planting something new. Then we have sacred action, decisive focus. Oh. And then we have summoning power, instinct, intellect, and control. Wow. Whew. Sheesh. This group. So I'm getting, this group is very powerful. I'm just getting that immediately. And I'm automatically thinking that this group is already established in your career in some form. And if that doesn't sound like you, this is either not you very soon, or this is not your pile. So listen to what feels right. You can choose another pile if it doesn't resonate, but the people, for the most part, the people who chose this group, ooh, so the wind is just getting stronger, is very strong, very sure of yourselves. Either whether you are in your career already or not, you know where you want to go. You have a clear idea of what you want. And again, I'm feeling very strongly that most of the people who chose this group 3, you are already established somehow in your group. Whether you're set in the foundations, or you're already like up and running in your career. That's this group. Ooh, thank you. Oh my gosh, the wind is like yeah, okay. This group is just very, very strong. This card is in the position of the past energy, and the past can be the recent past, as recent as 30 seconds ago, all the way into childhood. If you were thinking about your career in childhood, maybe you already knew what you wanted to do what you're doing now since you were a childhood. That could totally be a possibility for some of the people in this group, maybe not all, but so it's touching earth, planting something new. So this is why I'm feeling that this group is already established some way in your career, that you are already established in your career already in some way, because in the past energy you've already set the intention of pursuing this career, this path. Touching earth, planting something new. So this is giving me Ace of Pentacle vibes. Like you planted a seed, whether it's a thought, your intention, whether it's actually like, excuse me, whether it's speaking it to a friend, whether it's actually putting in work, like putting in a deposit or investing in tools or supplies that you need for your career path. Planting seeds, maybe it's education that you need in order to pursue this path. You have already you planted your seed. That's pretty much what this is. It's already in play, your career, what you want. And I'm feeling like there may be some people in this group that aren't, whoa. Whoa. There may be some people in this group, like maybe that aren't conscious of this. Like perhaps you aren't sure, there could be like a few of you, 1 or 2 of you that actually don't know what you want specifically in your career. However, deep down, your higher self has already set an intention. Like your higher self already knows what you want to do, what you are going to do in the past. This is the past energy. So sometimes our human conscious earth selves, small s selves, don't know necessarily, but our higher selves already know. So at least your higher self has already planted a seed in the past. So that's already done. Beautiful. The present energy, what you need to hear right now especially, is sacred action, decisive focus. So yeah, you planted the seed already, and this is sort of like watering the seed, like nurturing the seed, giving it the proper nutrients, the proper amount of water, the proper sunlight, this is the action, those are the actions. You're in a place where either you're ready to start taking action, you're ready to start it, or you already are doing that. That's what this is. And in order to take the actions, like the actions aren't just happening, like you're doing it you're doing it consciously and mindfully. Like, again, the seed is planted, you know what kind of seed it is, and because you know like what you're trying to grow, whether it's a tree, whether it's a flower or tomatoes, you know specifically how to nurture that seed, and that's what the actions are. And again, apply it to your situation. It's going to be different for everybody. That's like pretty much all I'm getting from here, and I'm very like the eyes are very like steady, and it's like drishti, your point of focus, your gaze is like set, and you're again steady. You need to have, like when you're balancing in yoga, it helps so much. I mean, all postures, but especially in balancing postures, if you're just looking at one spot that isn't moving, if you're just staring at it, and you're balanced, you're steady. And sort of like when you're driving too, or riding a bike, you should look where you're going. And usually, even if you're not trying to go somewhere, if you like look the other way, you end up swerving that way. So your gaze, your focus is like set, like you know where you're going, you know where you want to go, and it's just a matter of making the choices and the actions to get there. And it may be like slow, it may be fast, but regardless, like you know where you're going. And 17 reduces down to 8. It's like very powerful number. It reminds me of like strength, like the infinity, strength. Awesome. And then for the future energy, we have summoning power, instinct, intellect, control. So future energy could be as soon as the next minute, next 30 seconds, or you know, in the far future. And this is a potential outcome. Again, I'm reminding every group, nothing is set. We have free will, so this is just a potential outcome for the future. So summoning power. So this is just concluding everything. Like, I feel like this is like a sure thing. It's not even like, I mean, it could still change if you like choose to change your career path, but like as far as where you are right now, this is where you're heading towards. Yeah, so you planted the seed, you're taking action now, and then eventually you're gonna get to a place where like you're just this ultimate powerful alpha male female leader. Yeah, you're a leader in whatever you're doing. You have this like wisdom to you that's like deep within you, and you use like, I'm being drawn to the moon here. Like maybe your career path, what you're doing right now, involves like a lot of intuitive power, or just like, I'm getting like there's a lot of leaders here. You must be a leader of some sort, whether it's like you're a leader of your own company, you're a leader of a manager of some sort, or in your education, maybe you're a teacher. Somehow, either right now you're a leader, or you will become a leader of some sort in your career. People will look up to you, people will follow you, people will be inspired by you. That's the potential outcome here. And with the 4 energy here, it's gonna be stable. You're gonna be stable and grounded in your career because you planted your seeds, you set your foundations, you've taken care of it, you've taken the appropriate action to take care of your seeds and your path. And eventually it blooms and blossoms to this illuminous energy that you will radiate. I'm getting you're gonna radiate because like you're gonna be so, you're gonna just embody this like goddess energy, what leadership energy, whether you're male, female, you're just like like I'm getting the word femininity. Yeah, femininity. It's gonna feel like you're not even working, like you're just being yourself, and then people are following you. You're gonna have clients, or if that applies to you, people are gonna just come to you and seek you for the work that you do. You don't need to like plant seeds anymore and do all that. Like you're gonna be given as much as you've given here. It's gonna be reflected back to you in the future if you keep going on the energy that you have now. Awesome, group 3. And then I'm gonna pull some tarot to clarify each of these. So touching earth, why is touching earth here? What does group 3 need to hear? Please. Oh, thank you. So we have Queen of Cups in reverse. So yeah, I'm getting a message again to the small group of you that like maybe you aren't sure like exactly what your career is gonna look like, what you're gonna do, but you do know like what you want to feel. You know like how you want to feel in your career, and like it's moving. That intention is moving you towards like being this. Like you want to feel intuitive. You want to. This is like, look at them. They're like reflecting each other. They're like, I don't know. I'm looking at the posture. And the fact that this is in the past, it's like you know what you want to be. You knew, this is the past energy. You knew what you wanted to be, whether it's like emotionally or like as a person or however you weren't that. And so I'm seeing this is the seed that you planted. It wasn't it may not have necessarily been like, oh, I want to be a manager. Oh, I want to do this job. I want to be a teacher, a tarot reader. It may not it could have, but I'm getting from this card, your seed that you planted was more so like, I want to embody this energy. I want to embody, like, it's literally the same card as this, but in reverse. But it's reversed because it hadn't happened yet. It's in the past. So like you planted the seed that you want to be this powerful, intuitive leader. You wanted to be a feminine, again, regardless of gender, this feminine leader who people look up to, and who is, oh, I'm getting, oh my gosh, it's cold here. You set this intention, that was your seed, and this message, what you need to hear right now is that in doing so in the past, whether it was long ago or recently, it's leading you to this powerful being. It's who you're becoming. So just to clarify, you didn't plant seeds as to what job or what career you wanted. It was more so who you wanted to be. Perhaps it's like, oh, I want to be more confident. I want to be helpful to others. I want to be giving. You know, like attributes like that, rather than like external things like, oh, I want to be a CEO. I want to be this. It could have been, but I'm seeing more so for most of the people here, it was more so like an energy that you wanted to embody. Okay, and then for sacred action, one card please. Oh, thank you. Let's see, Princess of Cups. Yes, 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 yes. So again, this is the seed. This is where this career, this job, like this is where you're heading towards, and you planted that here. This is you now. You're the Princess of Cups. You're almost there. You're almost to the Queen of Cups, and it's upright because, you know, that's who you are. And I like this card coming out because, like, as opposed to this card where she's looking away, she is looking straight forward, just like these two beings right here. So it's just confirming the fact that, like, you know where you're going. Again, whether consciously or not, your higher self knows. Your higher self, you intuitively know that you're exactly where you need to be, and because of that, it's leading you to become. So from here to here, these awesome beings here. Whew. Sheesh. That's awesome. Okay, and then one more for the future, for summoning power. One card, please. One card for summoning power, thank you. Oh, go here. Six of Wands, exactly. You were going to be successful, my friends. Group 3, you have nothing to worry about. I mean, regardless, you always have nothing to worry about, but you, in terms of your career, you don't have anything to worry about. You are heading towards success. Look, they both have, well, not both arms up, but they have their hands up. And you're gonna just be riding your career. Like, you don't need, see, like, no hands. You don't even need to use your hands to steer, to take action in your career. It's just gonna happen for you. And that's absolutely awesome. Super, super awesome. Just keep going, keep. Okay, well, the camera battery died. I will learn now to bring 2 batteries. But yeah, just to finish off with this group, I mean, we're not quite there. I have one more card for you, but yeah, to finish off with this, like, it's just confirming that you are going to be good with your career. You're not gonna have to, it's gonna be effortless, because you will be embodying this powerful energy that radiates, that will attract so many people. You will be very attractive. That's what we're getting here too. And again, you're not gonna have to work so much. You will be working still, but it's not gonna, like, it's gonna be effortless. I feel like this group is really good at manifesting. Like, when you manifest, like, you're very, like, it just happens. So what you need to hear right now is that you got it. Like, just keep going. But we do have one more card, the Oracle card we pulled in the beginning. Let's see here, Animal Oracle Spirit. We have Giraffe. The bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. So it's bringing me back to just the center energy of, you know, keeping that steady focus and gaze. So I'm feeling this as, like, an advice. It's like, if ever, like, but I feel like you already know this. So I kind of feel silly, like, offering this to you. It's like, this group doesn't need advice, really. But if you need to hear something, it's this, is to, you know, to, okay, I'm getting this. It's to take time for yourself. Like, self-care is what I'm getting from this. Like, set boundaries with your work so that you don't burn out. Again, I feel like you don't have a problem with that, but that's just like a potential, not necessarily setback. No, I'm not, it's not, you won't be set back. It's more so like, this will help you progress even further. So your Princess of Cups here, you still need to make it to the Knight of Cups. So this will help you perhaps figure out a way to, like, this is just gonna help you make your actions, your decisive actions, clearer. Is by taking a step back, taking care of yourself for a moment. Sometimes rest is a necessary part of manifesting and a necessary part of work and career building. So this is just a reminder. Again, I feel like you don't really need to hear that. This group is like, eh. Oh, I'm also getting from this card is that this is, like, you, like, you do have, like, a higher perspective of things, which is why, like, it's so easy for you to make your decisive actions and choices. Like, I feel like this is not necessarily advice. It could be for some people, but there are others in this group, maybe most of you, where it's like, you know, this is the energy you're embodying. Kind of, again, that higher perspective. Awesome. All right. Well, group 3, this is your reading. If it resonated, please let me know. I'd like to hear from you. If it didn't resonate, that's totally cool. It just means it's not for you, or it's not for you yet. You can choose another pile, choose another reading, another reader, yada yada. But regardless, may you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. And may you not suffer. May you be happy. Whoa, you gonna stay there? You gonna stay there? Okay. Hi everyone who's chosen pile number 4, group 4, welcome. This is a different day. I'm in a different place. My battery ran out and the weather was just getting really, really cold, and the wind was getting... It was just time for me to move on from that. So, but here we are. This is the same card that we had shuffled originally. Oh, this is Mojo, by the way. Group 4, you're in for a treat. So we are going to ask, what do you need to hear in regards to your career as of right now? So again, whether you currently are established in a career or you have no idea where you want to take your career, we are going to get some answers for you. So again, if this message resonates, great. If not, great. Just means it's not for you, or it's not for you yet. Right, Mo? Oh, okay. All right. So this card is going to be your spirit animal oracle card. We're going to look at it at the end of the reading. It'll give us some final messages, advice that you need to hear at this time. Okay, so we'll put this off to the side. And we'll start with some Priestess of Light oracle cards. Okay, what does group 4 need to hear in regards to the career? Group 4 need to hear in regards to the career. Oh, thank you. What does group 4 need to hear in regards to the career? Oh, thank you. Okay, we got an extra card. We'll take that. So the first card we have is adjustment. Looking back, moving forward. We also have angelic assistance, divine guidance, loving support. Wow, okay. Portal. Focus. Portal, infinite mind, awakening consciousness. Nice. And then finally we have twin flames, soul partner, eternal connection. I'm gonna put this right here actually. Amazing. Group number 4. Very true to your name, Mojo. Oh. This is the only group that got 4 cards with this deck, so you guys really are a special group. I mean, all the groups are special, but this group in particular, you have Mojo here, you got an extra card, you can probably hear my voice a lot clearer. But let's get started. So this first card is in the past position. So in regards to your career of the past, you have adjustment, looking back, moving forward. So you might, if you felt drawn to another pile, I won't say which pile, I would encourage you to maybe listen to that pile, or perhaps you listened to that pile in the past and then you came to this one in a future later time, because this card came up in another pile in a different position. I won't say again, but in regards to this question, regardless of all that, Group 4, I believe in your past, you may have had to make some changes, may have had to reconsider a path that you were on. Maybe you were just considering numerous options, or I'm really getting specifically that perhaps you had a vision, a path that you were on in the past, and then in the past you know, maybe things changed, your interests, circumstances, your needs, your wants, your desires. Perhaps something changed and it caused you to have to make changes. I'm being drawn to the number 24 here, so that might resonate with you. It also reduces down to the number 6, and for some reason it's reminding me of the 6 of Swords card, which depicts a woman and her child, or at least that's what they look like in the traditional tarot, on a boat moving towards a different state of water. So most of the time people say it's going from going into calmer waters, but I'm just seeing it more generally. You in the past, in terms of your career, you had to make some choice, some decision to change whatever situation you were in, whether it's you were in a career or you didn't have a career. You saw, using your wisdom, using your intuition, how you felt that you needed to make a change. And you made this change based off of your experience, your past experience, your current circumstances. You were looking back in order to decide where you wanted to go moving forward. So this was your past in terms of career. Whoa, Mojo, moving everything around. I believe this was over here. Okay, so it was supposed to be this way. Thanks, Mel. In the present energy, excuse me. In the present energy, we have angelic assistance, divine guidance, loving support. And again, we have number 6 here. So it's a good follow-up coming from your past energy, that you made the conscious decisions, the changes to change your career, to make adjustments, to fine-tune, refine where you're going. Again, you don't have to know clearly, but somewhere within you, you knew that that's what you needed to do. Looking at this owl, intuitively you knew you had to make some sort of adjustment. So whether you knew consciously whether it was the right or wrong thing to do, you just knew something had to be done. So you did that. And that's going to look different for everyone. The adjustment will look different for everyone, whether it's leaving something, asking for something more, apply it to yourself. So presently, this is confirming that you are, whatever choices, changes you made, it's been divinely guided. And I'm also thinking about Kali Ma, the Hindu deity, who presents herself in times where we need to make a change. Sometimes it's almost like a tower moment kind of change. That's what I kind of imagine with Kali Ma. Where sometimes we're presented with something that doesn't seem like it's, the best of our interests, but ultimately it's divinely orchestrated by the divine, by angels, by God, by the universe, by whatever source you believe in. It's been the changes and adjustments that ultimately you made, or either maybe it wasn't even by your choice, maybe it was forced upon you. Oh, that's what I'm getting there. So perhaps in the past you had to make adjustments because of things that weren't in your control. And then now, presently, angelic assistance is coming to remind you that that was meant to be. Wherever you are right now, even if it's not in your ideal circumstance, your ideal career, your ideal position, situation, you are meant to be right here where you are. and you are supported. That's what you need to hear right now in regards to your career. And know that whatever changes you need to make, whatever choices, actions you are currently taking or are thinking about taking, it will be the right thing. Whether it ends up succeeding or ends up failing, or whether it's a perceived failure, it is still success, because rejection is God's protection or Source's protection. If something doesn't work out, it's a success because it's leading you towards what is meant for you. So that's what this is coming up for. You are heading towards where you are meant to be, even if it doesn't look like it. And then we have in the future position, you're so cute. In the future position, focus. This one had some trouble focusing in the beginning too. We have portal, infinite mind, awakening consciousness, 1. Yes, so I'm getting magician vibes from this. And this coming out in the future position is really awesome, because I feel like it's confirming that you are truly embodying this belief, this conditioning that I am supported, I am protected, I am safe to make my choices, to go on my path wherever it takes me, and trusting that it doesn't matter what you do, like you're gonna end up where you need to be. And in having this consciousness, this mindset, it allows you to have any possibility here. Again, it's like interesting how it's not really focusing, but I think that's the point. It's like you don't have to know exactly where you're going. You're kind of like widening your perspective, your lens, your point of view. And with this point of view, you're able to see that like there's so many things I can do. There's so many possibilities. And this is one of the a valuable ingredient and key in manifesting whatever you want, is by having this true, authentic, it has to be true and authentic feeling and belief that anything is possible. If you close your eyes and you meditate and you're in this true state of meditation, you can see space. If you meditate on your breath, if you observe your breath, you notice the space between the inhales and the exhales. That space has potential for anything. I might be going over some people's heads, but some people, group 4, if you're listening to this especially, you're ready to hear this. Like, when you're meditating, and if you don't have a meditation practice, I would encourage you to start a meditation, even if it's 1 minute, 30 seconds, and then you slowly build on that. Or just observing your breath. Like, you can learn so much from noticing your breath. So again, noticing all the parts, the inhale, the exhales, the space in between. The space in between is where there's possibility for anything. There's possibility for the inhale. There's possibility for the exhale. So if we expand this metaphor to just life, you find yourself in stillness, anything can happen in regards to your career. And when you're in that state where you believe this and you know this, you can manifest anything, and it becomes so much easier to manifest things because you already know it exists. You already know that it's possible. Just the fact that it's in your consciousness that it exists. So that's the potential future. Again, nothing is ever set with these kinds of readings. So this is a potential future given where your present state is. And if you keep going with this present state, this is the potential future in regards to your career. Infinite possibilities, anything, whatever you want. If, again, like maybe you already have an idea of what you want, the potential future outcome is that you will manifest this thing because You know it's possible. And the reason why it's so important to believe that something is possible is because you won't take the steps on the earthly 3D realm if you don't believe it. You know, if you don't believe something is possible, like that's a big hindrance in many artists and just people in general, why a lot of people don't end up pursuing things that they maybe truly want deep down in their heart, is because somewhere there's a doubt that it's not possible, that it's not realistic, that it's not practical, that it's not, you know, whatever. Conditions. These are all conditions. And so with this card coming out, a future potential outcome is that you overcome. Either you already are this or you're on your way. The fact that this is in the future position shows that you are on your way to truly letting go of any blocks of what can be. Like, you will believe in your dreams. You will believe that not only is it possible, but you're worth it too. You're awakening to your worth and your capability. It's awesome. Should I put that there? And I absolutely love this last card. I'm glad that we kept it. All 4 cards. So twin flame, soul partner, eternal connection. So I'm getting this as I'm also getting this as a follow-up, as it's almost like Spirit wanted to give you 2 potential outcomes, and maybe you can claim one or both, whatever, you know, there's infinite possibilities, right? So you can choose one or both. So another potential future outcome is twin flames, soul partner, eternal connection. And I love that we have 16, or reduces down to 7. So we went from 6, 6, 1, infinite possibilities, to 7, which is a very spiritual number, soul seeking. And a potential future outcome, you can take this, if you subscribe to the idea of twin flames, apply this to what you subscribe. So whether you see twin flames as high-level soulmates, whether you see them as like your true divine counterpart, again, apply this to how you see twin flames. I'm not here to preach what I think. This is really a practice for you, for your intuition. So twin flames. So partner, eternal connection. You will feel like, I'm just getting a full like chakra, like all your chakras are balanced, and because of this, like, you're able to connect to everything, to all beings, and perhaps even to a divine partner, whether that's romantic or through your career. I'm getting, for some people in this group, perhaps your divine partner, it's gonna involve, like, it's gonna be related to your career, whether you meet them at your career where you work, or you end up working with a divine partner. And again, it could be platonic, it could be romantic. Apply it and claim whatever you want. We're here to consciously know what we want. Again, going back to this. Oh, sorry, Mo. Infinite mind, awakening consciousness. You can have the connection you want. And again, you can even apply this to yourself, connecting deep within yourself. And how does this apply to your career? What you need to hear right now in regards to your career is that a potential future outcome, if you go on, if you keep the faith that you are divinely protected on whatever path you choose, whether it's staying or continuing on, making adjustments, the potential is connection with your highest self, with the highest good of the earth, of all beings. Again, apply twin flames. What does this mean to you? And really sit with that. That's a potential future outcome if given you continue with this present energy. Ooh. So perhaps maybe you can start to, if you need help, Yeah, I'm getting that. Perhaps people in this group, you have this in you. Everyone has this within them, this potential to connect with spirit, to channel, to be a channel. We're all channels. It's just some of us are more tuned into it, and it takes practice. You know, some of us have the talent from a young age or develop later on. However, we all can develop it even if you know, are completely blocked or unknown, unbeknownst to this. Is that the right way to use that word? But the fact that this started out blurry and some of these cards were like, it took a while to focus, perhaps some of you in this group, if not most of you, are, that's like I'm getting this kind of like an advice from spirit, is to start to practice channeling and connecting with spirit, whether that's angels, whether that's fairies, whether that's with your star family, your soul family, your higher self, with Mother Gaia, with deities, Hindu deities, or any other gods and goddesses, God, universe. Start to connect. And there's so many ways you can do this. There's so many doors to this divine place. So many doors to the same place. I love that. Whether it's through Reiki, meditation, yoga, going to church, reading sacred texts, volunteering, devoting yourself to a practice, devoting yourself to service, to others. There's so many ways to connect. So apply this. What gets you into the flow state? Because when we get into the flow state, that's when we're truly, truly connected and channeling spirit. So reflect on that. If you're not sure what that is, try different things. Make adjustments. And if you are sure, and maybe it's been a while since you've connected to this thing, I encourage you to reconnect with that thing. And, you know, be flexible too. Sometimes when you pick something up, it'll either click again and you'll be in that flow state, or it may not, you know, maybe it was just a pastime thing. And that's okay too. But this card, and I'm really emphasizing this because this is what is going to lead you to your potential future outcomes, is if you connect, if you get back to your flow state. What will get you back to your flow state? That will help you with your career. And know that, like, it doesn't really matter what you do with your career. Like, if you're in a state of abundance, like I will be given what I give. If you really believe that, like if you pray and you dedicate this time, I'm not saying you should pray, but if that's part of your path to connecting with spirit, the more you give to your practices, to your devotion, to the thing, to your flow state, the more you give, the more you will receive back. You will receive back infinite possibilities, divine connection. So trust. If there's any sort of scarcity mindset, lack mentality, let that go. You are abundant. You have abundant energy. If you have to have a 9-to-5 job, if you have to have an hourly job or a part-time job, that's fine. But also know that, like, you have room for doing things that fulfill you as well. Maybe your job, your 9-to-5 job, your hourly job does fulfill you too. So the point is, in this reading, there's no one specific like career path. It's mostly this message, what you need to hear right now is mostly to follow what is right for you. And only you know that. Only you know that. Your higher self knows that. Even if you consciously, humanly don't know for sure, your higher self knows. And trust that. Do not be afraid. I don't know, that just came out. Okay. So, this reading's gonna be a little longer. I'm gonna quickly pull out, hold on one moment. I'm gonna pull out tarot real quick just for some extra messages. Present, thank you. I think I'm gonna just take all of that. Wow, 4 exactly came out for this group. So 4, very stable here. 4 of Pentacles. We have 4 of Pentacles with the Adjustment. We have 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the Assistance. We have the Hermit in reverse with the Portal. Wow. And Judgment in reverse. Wow. For here, for the Twin Flames. So going back here with the Adjustment, in the past energy of your career, perhaps this came out in another reading again too. So again, I would, if you felt drawn to another pile, don't force yourself if that wasn't the case. Check out the other pile if you were drawn to another one. 4 of Pentacles. Perhaps you, in the past, in terms of your career, you were holding on to something that brought you some sort of stability, or at least perceived stability. And sometimes what feels stable for us is just what feels familiar. And sometimes what is familiar isn't the best thing for us. And so things happen, circumstances change, maybe we lose a job, maybe something happens in our personal life that forces us to make adjustments. Sometimes when we hold on to things so much that things happen, injuries, I don't think about it if that didn't happen, but like sometimes unfortunate things happen to us, or circumstances change and takes us out of this comfort zone. I'm getting comfort zone here, so that we're forced to make adjustments, and and that will push us towards what is truly for us. So I'm getting comfort zone with this in the past in terms of your career. And then here, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, this is coming up. Collaborate, co-create with Spirit. The reason why it's coming out in reverse is because it's present, it's here. However, it's not really, again, going back to like channeling Spirit, it's not really, I guess it's not a conscious thing. Like perhaps you're not really aware that you have this access to Spirit. Co-create with Spirit. This is actually a really beautiful energy. It's like, I don't know, I'm just getting like channel this energy, the Spirit, angels, universe. So work with Spirit, collaborate. And then here with the Hermit, it kind of reminds, it's kind of like they have this like super expanded crown, third, upper chakras. It's like focusing on the upper chakras. So yeah, there's a potential future outcome. You'll be a leader. You'll be a leader. And sometimes being a leader, it entails being alone. But not necessarily like you're alone, like no one is around you, but more so because you are so powerful and you have this expansive mindset, it sets you apart from everybody. And so you're alone in terms of your role, in terms of your position, and people will look up to you. And with Judgment here in reverse, yes, and I love how there's like there's like just the image, or it's like, what's it called? Mirrored. Yeah, there's literally like 2 mirrors in this Judgment picture. So things will be, you're gonna find the connections in which it mirrors your energy. I'm getting like soul family. Again, you apply to your definition, twin flame. So you're gonna find connections in which reflections are like, it reflects your path, your energy. Like the image here, like there's like this light here and the light here, and there's like the two subjects here. Yeah, things will be I'm getting so many messages right now, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm not sorry for that. I'm just really getting like, you don't have anything to worry about because everything is right. Capital R, right. And just. It's not the justice card, but it's judgment. And then let's look at our final card. This will give us some final advice, some final words, messages that you need to hear right now in regards to your career. Ooh, hedgehog, acceptance, embrace who you are. Yes, 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 yes. So again, just to refer back to the timeline. In the past, perhaps you were in your comfort zone in terms of your career, and so circumstances changes, something came up, whether it's like a thought, a conscious, unconscious thing in your mind, change in your perspective where you're like, I need to make a change. Something triggered you to make adjustments and changes, and it forced you to get out of your comfort zone. Perhaps your comfort zone became uncomfortable, and that made you change or want to make a change. And because of that, it's because of this energy. It's leading you to embrace who you are. So perhaps your comfort zone, what felt familiar and safe, wasn't truly authentic to you. It wasn't like, it just wasn't you. Like maybe you were successful, maybe like it fulfilled you in other ways. It helped you be secure and like financial, apply it. However, in a way, it denied who you were. And so you made adjustments. Embrace who you are. Embrace who you are because you are this divine spirit. You are you aren't spirit, but like spirit sees you as worthy of working with them. Ask and you shall receive. Spirit accepts you as you are. That's why they're always present. If you ask, if you are conscious of it, they will be there because you're worthy of it. Because you have this potential to be this great leader. If you focus. Look at her, she's like embracing herself. So beautiful. And embrace who you are, because when you embrace who you are, that will be reflected back to you. You will be judged based on what you present. So choose to present your true self, because you can present an authentic version of yourself, but that will be reflected back to you. You will find yourself with other people, with other energies that aren't authentic. So choose to embrace who you are. I love the saying, and I'm going to end it with this, your reading with this. It's better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for who you're not. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Amazing reading, group 4. I'd love to hear how this resonated, if it did, and if not, if it didn't resonate, that's fine too. It just means this message isn't for you, or it's not for you yet. Feel free to choose another pile, choose a different reading, choose another reader. Again, we're all free beings here. But regardless, I hope that you find peace. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer, and may you be happy. Thank you.